I was born and raised on an island. I wasn't very rich. I would say that we were raised in the poor category. And now that I've migrated and I live in the Western world, I am realizing just how rich we were back home. Just rich. I was telling my husband that our yard had fruit trees of all kinds: apple, orange, peach, guava, um, jackfruit, tangerine, mangoes, banana. Just so much. My brothers and I, we used to run around barefoot, but still, just roam the place. And I look back on that life and I'm like, that was the rich life. This life here it's not rich. There's money here and there's lots that you can buy with your money. Doesn't mean it's rich. These days when I eat food, I think about the richness of food back home that I grew up with. My mom was a farmer. And comparing the food back home to the food that I eat here, I'm like, why am I not tasting anything? Not tasting anything. And we think about all the lab GMO food that we buy in the store. And it just breaks my heart. Like there are days when I'm just like, all I can think about is just being back home on my island, just eating food. And a lot of people might say, you might watch this video and you're like, well, then go back home. I'm like, that's not the point. The point is this. The point is that God made food on this planet. And it was good. It was good food. Taste rich, good. Pumpkin was so rich and good. Now I eat food, Jamaican food, and I'm like, why am I not tasting my pumpkin? Why am I not tasting all my yams? Sweet potato doesn't taste like sweet potato. Ooh, cho used to have this nice, flavorful taste. No. I bought corn the other day and I was like, this is not corn. What am I eating? Genetically modified food. They have stripped it of all the taste of what it should. And if you don't leave the walls of the Western world, you will not know the difference with what you're eating. You won't. And then over time, I realized that you just get accustomed to the lack of taste. There's so many people that I talk to that are from the islands, and they say they're eating for eating's sake. It's not necessarily for the taste, because the taste is not there. It's just not. And it grieves my heart, and I know it's grieving the heart of God. Because here's the thing, they're not going to stop there. It is not their desire. They give us this amazing excuse as to why they need to modify that which God created. And they strip the food that we eat of its nutrients. And then they say, hey, we have nutrients for you bottled up. Just gotta buy it and take it. And they strip that which God has created of its nutrients and its taste, and they give it to us. And it's so sad because, when you think about it, you wonder why there's so many sicknesses in this part of the country, this part of the world, sorry. Back home, people are not this sick. They are not this sick as people in the western part of the world. Because what you put in your body matters. It does. And so, man is trying to play God. Man is trying to play God. And they are modifying his creation. Now, let me ask you this question. Do you think that they are going to stop at modifying food? No, they're not. No, they're not. If they haven't already done so, which I am pretty sure they have, their aim is to modify humanity as well. And this is what happens when you get people who call themselves wise, who tries to play God. You ruin that which God has created. I can tell you for a fact right now that the food that you've genetically modified, created in a lab, whatever you've done to it, it has been ruined. And when you genetically modify humanity, you will ruin humanity. Ruin it. But I thank God that He has a plan. I do. I thank the Lord that He has a plan. And for anyone who is not saved is going to believe the lie that these people spew out at us, that there are too many of us and not enough food to feed us. Fear. We need to do this or else you're going to die. There's not enough food to feed you. It's a lie. The time we take and the energy we put into modifying God's creation, we can put that energy and time into learning how to preserve food so we can have it in a healthy way for when the weather does not permit farming in these countries. They have done it in the past. This is not new. It wouldn't even be hard to figure out. If you want to advance how people have done it in the past, great. So, if you're watching this, if you are watching this, you need to know that where we're at right now, God needs to step in, and He will. Very shortly, He will step in and stop humanity. Because humanity, and I'm not even going to say we, because I didn't do this. The people that we have put in charge and the leaders of this world have plunged humanity into disaster. I planted some beans about 3 years ago in my backyard. And on the package it says non-GMO. Non-GMO, genetically modified. And I saved some of the seeds from the tree that I got. And I tried planting them again 2 years later, and they will not grow. They will not grow. Why? because it was genetically modified. Genetically modified. So you cannot be saving seeds unless they are special seeds or from a special store. You cannot just go out and buy seeds and say you're going to preserve them. They won't grow because the seeds are only meant to, stay plantable, alive for only so long. May the Lord be with us. May the Lord be with us. And I sure do pray and hope that he comes back soon, because I am tired of eating garbage and call it food. Tired of it. And so I look forward to the Lord coming back to renew what humanity has destroyed.